with that beard.
You're on mute, Tom.
Here come the neighbors.
You're muted, Tom.
All right, is that better?
Yeah,
Ooh.
better.
Yep.
All right, good. Trying to get this thing figured out.
It wasn't supposed to rain, and so I'm gonna mute me.
You getting on the screen too?
Hello,
I got
everybody.
it. This is so awesome seeing everybody together. Great stuff.
It's almost
Wonderful,
like
eh?
snow, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, so we are live on YouTube right now. I just dropped the link into the chat. If you guys do want to share that link, you're able to copy that and share it on your social media channels.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, I love the music. Yeah.
I love it.
Right? Like when you're filing into that room and there's music playing.
Are we in
You're not sure where to sit.
Vegas?
You're not sure where to sit. Where the hell is my team? Looking around.
I know we said the back left, meant the front right.
Trevor said front row. Where the hell is Trevor?
Hey guys,
Hi.
Raul.
Oh, Raul.
Hey, hey.
Spain is here.
Yes, Raul. Are you shaving today, Raul?
I am saving today. I'm gonna be Jeff Hardy 2.0.
I love it. It looks like you look nice and trimmed up and put together. You're supposed to show up shaggy, buddy.
I'm gonna look like El Chapo in an hour. I'm gonna be in trouble. So, but it's later in Spain, so I am already drinking, but it's good. That helps, right?
It's 5 o'clock there, isn't it? You're good.
Salud, amigo. It's 6 o'clock. Yeah.
6 o'clock, isn't it?
Awesome.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Yeah,
Happy Memorial
Happy
Day.
Memorial Day.
So what do you guys say? You think we should kick this thing off?
Yeah, are we ready?
I think we're
I
ready.
think so.
Okay.
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Are the people at St. Baldrick's ready for us?
Yes.
We're ready.
All right. Well, then let me kick it off for everybody.
Oh, George, you just went muted.
All right. Am I unmuted?
Yes. You're good.
All right. Let's start again. Welcome to BMC's Unstoppable Global St. Baldrick's event. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to many of you. We have a wonderful event in store for everybody. We have over 80 participants. That's amazing. We're having 41 people shave. We're having over 40 people wear green hair, all in support of St. Baldrick's. It's amazing. We have representation from the East, the Central, the West, US. We have LATAM with 41 members showing up. We have EMEA coming in strong. I want to say thank you to Eduardo, Pato, Morgan, Raul, Trevor, Kelly, Jeff. You know, your leadership, leaning in, doing this for us, not only at BMC, but making a difference with St. Baldrick's. Amazing. But mostly, I want to, and we want to, the BMC family want to thank our friends, our families, our colleagues. This is not possible without them, their donations, them taking this journey with us and being a part of it. And it is truly amazing. Right now, we keep looking at the screen, we keep hitting refresh. We're over 72,000 and growing. We had a goal of 75. I believe by the end of this, we're going to hit it, overachieve it, and have a lot of fun. You know, when we kind of thought about this event, we were supposed to do it live in what we call sales kickoff. All of us would be together with drinks in hands, everybody be shaving each other's head. This is a little different. We sat down and we said, how do we go to virtual? And I got to tell you, with the team of Av and Shahed and David and Katie, we started out thinking about what is the art of the possible. And just like BMC, we leaned in and we got it done. We went from 22,000 to over 72,000 in 3 weeks. By now, we're probably over 200,000 over our 4 years of being Team BMC. This is truly amazing. Everybody should give themselves a large round of applause. It is truly amazing what you guys are doing. And we're all humbled. We are humbled about this. This is an amazing fact and feat. And so with that, without further ado, I want to introduce Jeff Hardy. Jeff, thank you for coming in and telling us about BMC Cares and why this matters for BMC and why it matters for the rest. And thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, George. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Okay. So first of all, welcome everybody to what is our 4th annual St. Baldrick's event. I want to thank George and Dave Tobias in particular, but everybody around the world who have participated in not only raising money, but volunteering to get the company haircut. We're excited to get to hair flying, but before we do, we just want to take a couple of minutes. As George said, we're very near our goal of $75,000. We're at right about 72. Aveline's been hitting refresh every couple of minutes to keep track. And the important thing right here is that we're raising money for childhood cancer research. So while we have a few more minutes before people start shaving their heads, please feel free to give as much as you're comfortable giving. And we're excited to be able to make a meaningful contribution to St. Baldrick's yet again. This puts us at just over $200,000 over the 4-year period, which is just incredible work, and a big thanks to everybody, to Eduardo, to Pato, to Raul in Spain, to Morgan, to everybody here in the United States, Tom, Jacobo, to the Cary crew, Dave and George, thank you very much. So look, as you know, we've done this a number of times. We've never had an opportunity to do this in this particular setting virtually, while we're all kind of in independent locations, but it does give us a great opportunity to invite Kathleen Ruddy, who's the CEO of St. Baldrick's, to join us. Kathleen's had a career in nonprofit fundraising, marketing, and public relations. She's the daughter of 2 cancer survivors herself, and really believes in the notion of paying it forward and participating as a board member as well as the CEO at St. Baldrick. She also a 2-time Shavee and an ongoing active advocate for children with cancer. She's a frequent speaker at nonprofit conferences. And we're really excited to have her join us here today. So Kathleen's going to say a few words and then we'll get on with the rest of the event. Kathleen?
Well, Jeff, thank you so much for that incredibly kind welcome. George, to you as well. Thank you for inviting me to be with you, all of you today. I am so inspired by what I've just heard so far because, you know, curing kids with cancer is really a global effort. And here, all of you today from BMC are representing that. And so I'm just so grateful to all of you for pulling together on behalf of all the children and families we serve and the physicians whose work you are fueling. With all that's going on in the world right now, the fulfillment of your promise to shave, to wear green hair, whatever you're doing in solidarity with kids with cancer is even more appreciated. And I'm so grateful to you as a team for pivoting so quickly and working so hard to make this a successful virtual endeavor. I I remember when St. Baldrick's was first introduced to BMC at Bill and Joey's Excellent Shaving Adventure in New York. And I want to thank George Ballantoni and Dave Tobias because they had a vision at that time for BMC to step into a larger role as Heroes for Kids with Cancer through a more formal partnership with the St. Baldrick's Foundation. And I remember George and Dave putting my colleague Robin Raphael in touch with your CSR team, which eventually got it to your national sales meeting this year. And that was the plan. And unfortunately, as we all know, COVID-19 kind of foiled that, but undeterred, George and Dave made an immediate decision to shift and pivot and worked with my colleague, Vanessa Castro, who's had such a blast working with all of you. And look at, we're here today, bigger and better than ever. And I'm just so inspired and grateful to you for that. You've been so generous. And I know that if you can do this in this climate, next year, when you're back at your national sales conference, it'll even be bigger and better. So thank you for that. George and Dave, I think I would have to say to you that if St. Baldrick's is the patron saint of kids with cancer, you are his evangelists. And so thanks for being instrumental in sharing this mission within BMC and inspiring all levels of your organization to take kids with cancer into your hearts. We're so profoundly grateful to be able to welcome all of you to this today. I know this is your 4th year. Congratulations and thank you for working so hard to eclipse 200,000 raised cumulatively now. That is just extraordinary, and it's an incredible commitment of what good people can do when they pull together, especially in tough times. And I know it's a tough year to ask your friends and family to give because everybody is having to dig deep right now and really challenge priorities and question things. But I wanted to assure you that you are now part of the largest funder of childhood cancer research grants in the world outside the US government. And your event is so well timed today because we will make our 3rd of 3 annual cycles of grants in June in just a little over 3 weeks time. So your timing is extraordinary. As St. Baldrick's volunteers, you've played a role in virtually every advancement in the field of childhood cancer research since you've gotten involved. And those include studies in the laboratory, like groundbreaking things there, studies that take findings in a laboratory and translate them to patients, all the way up to clinical trials that verify the best ways to treat kids. You've also helped ensure a new generation of talented doctors are ready and trained as researchers to carry on the work that kids with cancer are counting on for their futures. And your funds that you've raised are at work finding cures for more than 100 types of childhood cancers and developing new weapons, if you will, to fight cancers with. So your work is allowing doctors to move beyond chemotherapy, which is poisoning, and surgery, which is cutting, and radiation, which is burning, to develop more humane therapies like immunotherapies that allow kids to not only grow up, but to live longer, healthier lives as survivors. And that is the goal, to make every kid a survivor. Unfortunately, as we know, cancer doesn't discriminate, and it is not taking a break because there's a pandemic going on. And we are all right now learning to live the way kids with cancer must live every day, in seclusion, unable to go outside, to go to school, to see our friends, and for kids with cancer, even to see their siblings. And so during the time that we're going to share together, I just ask you to think about the fact that 30 more kids are going to be diagnosed and their fights are just beginning. But I am so privileged to be able to thank you all for being part of the Army behind those 30 new kids and all the other kids they're joining and their families, and showing them all that they're not alone. So I'm just honored to share this mission with you, and here's to a great shave today. And I'll turn it back to you, Jeff and George.
Kathleen, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the stage with us today and being a part of this. And you know, you give Dave and us a lot of kudos. The honest answer is it's the frontline work that you and your team are doing, and the effort you put into it is humbling and amazing. And we're just glad we could bring it to a wonderful place like BMC, and through their culture and community, to get this acceleration. And that's what it's all about. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Well, without, moving forward, I think one of the big things that we always look upon when we do this event is the fundraising aspect. And us being BMC, it's always fun to have a little bit of competitiveness in our culture. So we have some awards to give out and talk about some of the top donors and the top stuff. But there is a certain award that's given out every year, and this is called the League of Heroes. And in the League of Heroes are people who have done multiple years of shaving and being a part of St. Baldrick's. And the first person in our League of Heroes that has done 3 years is Jody Tobias. Jody, I see you sitting there next to Dave. Thank you. 3 years in a row of shaving. Dave and Jody have been shaving for 3 years now as a couple. Simply amazing. Every time I think about it, goosebumps, wonderfulness. Also, Andy Thone. Andy's out there. 3 years for Andy. Andy, you've jumped right in the beginning with us, no problem. And, always there to make an impact and make a dent. We actually have a newcomer too, joining the Cary team. He's local. He's not a BMCer, but he sees what we were doing and he was looking for an event to join, and he's part of the Cary team, and it's David Wright. He's actually on his 10th year. Amazing. 10 years in a row, David. It was wonderful speaking to you the other day. Very appreciative of you being with us and doing it. So on to the part of, let's say, top team, most fundraising, key person, all those pieces. This is where the fun part kind of comes in. So unless I'm wrong and something has changed, right now I still have the top team is Cary at over 24,000. Is that correct?
Hooray!
All right. Yeah, so Cary, way to go, top team.
Way to go.
Now that's an awesome number. That's a monstrous number. And Katie Riccobono, thank you. When you reached out to lean in year after year, you put it up. Katie, way to go, way to drive it and have some fun. I love that you guys did it. I wish I was down there shaving everybody's head again and doing it live. We will be doing it next year. Team Cary, looking forward to that. Katie, thank you so much. Let's see. We also have 3 new teams that came in. So we have US Central, we have EMEA, and we have LATAM. Let's see, combined, you guys, it was about 16, about 20,000 combined. That is amazing, you guys. And I know there's a battle between Central and EMEA right now, and I'm not sure where it is because that race is a photo finish. But congratulations and thank you, you 3 new teams coming in across the globe to make such a big difference. Thank you so much. Oh, dropped my phone. And as Jeff had said, BMC, because of everybody's effort here, BMC is going to contribute through BMC Cares $5,000. So Av and Eric Elmo and everybody, thank you so much. It's a huge number that you guys are giving to the cause. Really appreciate it.
Which also puts us over the $75,000 threshold. So Aveline, BMC, everybody who participated, thank you very much. Great job, everybody.
Woo!
Thank you.
Even as we were just talking, we've pretty much gotten to 75,000 already.
All right.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Let's keep going. Excellent. So it leads us to top participant fundraising. There's actually a big medallion, which will be shipped out that you get to wear and it would be put on you in live. But it goes to Katie Tierney. Katie, massive. What a job, Katie. When I got that phone call from Katie Riccobono about like, hey, someone's going to do it. And I'm like, who? Tell me. And she said, Katie Tierney. I'm like, that is so awesome. I'm so excited. Way to lean in. Katie, not only are you the top fundraiser, you are our kickoff shavee. And, I am honored and privileged to work side by side with you, call you a colleague, call you a friend, and now call you a shavee with us. It is amazing. And we are humbled and thank you so much. And please, you were kicking off the event. So say some words for us, start your shave, and then the Cary team is going to kind of join you as you finish out. Go ahead.
Hey, George,
Hang on, real quick.
before Katie, you get started, I do want to acknowledge something. George, you are probably one of the, if not the most humble person I know. Now at BMC, we send out things like win wires when we close deals. And I always have George's name in there for his contribution, for his participation. He removes his name from the win wires because he doesn't want a spotlight on him for the work that he does. There was one reason and one reason only why George does this. And he's been doing it, by the way, for 13 years. He does it because he loves people and he wants to help. He wants zero. He could have his video turned off right now and still do this because he wants to do it. So George, we also thank you. I thank you for pulling my family into this 4 years ago. Best decision I ever made. Well, maybe the second best. and and we thank you, man. 13 years is strong. Here's to 13 more.
There you go, George. Thank you, George.
Too much.
Like Shave Katie said. Shave Katie said.
Let me say a couple things first. I think everybody has those moments in their life that you never ever forget, and some of them are really happy, like the first time you see your husband in a parking garage in Watertown, Massachusetts, or some of them are a little more difficult. And I've had a lot of those, but there are two that I want to talk about. One happened in December of 2010, and one happened in August of 2018. In 2010, my nephew Greg, who was 13 at the time, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was a star athlete, and but he fought like hell, and he overcame it. And he has recently graduated from the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and he works in data analytics and clinical trials. So he's done amazing things. And in August of 2018, got the same call, and interestingly enough, both times I was in an airport, and I think both times it was Intercontinental Airport in Houston. But I got the call that my niece, Cecilia, who was getting ready to start her junior year at Texas A&M University, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And she had just finished an internship with a video game organization where she actually created, for any of you who live in New York City, if you ever saw the Spider-Man 4 subway car, that was my niece's design. So she's amazing. She also fought. She is cancer-free for over a year now. She just graduated from Texas A&M University with a degree in visualization, and she graduated magna cum laude on time, even though she had to take a semester off for treatment. And these kids are so strong, and that's why I do this. I do this for the kids who need our help. And I want to leave you with a quote before Emma cuts off my, she stops crying, before Emma cuts off my ponytails and starts to shave my head. My sister Rita, who's Greg's mom, said, "Our child is one of the lucky ones because he has an excellent prognosis for cure. Unfortunately, too many other parents of childhood cancer patients spend each day with the realization that their child could become an angel at any time. We all have an obligation to raise awareness about childhood cancers and the need for research into better treatments." So that's why I do this. And with that, Emma Jane, you ready? Yep, do it.
Woo!
You have too much hair. I know.
Right?
It's going. It's going.
Oh my gosh.
It looks great.
There's one.
Awesome! Brave it.
I'm gonna do what my mom did with her braids that her mother cut off when she was a little girl. My mom made them into a doll. Ew. Almost there. Almost there, and then you get the clippers. You have too much dang hair.
Oh, wonderful.
Hold on, I gotta grab the scissors a different way.
Scissors.
Oh my gosh. Almost.
This is great.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying my best.
Oh, Katie.
I'm sorry. There we go.
All right.
Should have
All right.
tested the scissors.
Clippers. There's the clippers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, this is funny. How do you turn them on? There we go. All right, you ready? Yep.
You're awesome, Katie.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
Hey, awesome.
Katie.
There it goes.
Woo!
Thank you.
Wow.
Big clippers too.
That's great.
There's so much hair.
There you are.
Yeah, we're gonna be cleaning this up for a while.
Look at how gray it is. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
Oh, it looks great.
Upkeep, right? General maintenance.
What?
Your-
Not that brush. That's
Not the
okay.
white brush.
Now I'm really skunk mom. I can't get over how dark it is in the middle.
It looks good.
It looks great.
It's gonna be a shame when the razors come out.
It's so soft. All right, let's get the back.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
I was right here. Do we have a first aid kit?
Maybe I wasn't the best one to ask to do this.
Nonsense. You're doing great.
There's so much hair.
Oh my God, you look so cute.
I'm right. I like it.
Have over 180 people watching you on YouTube right now.
That's awesome. You know what? I look like Tom Young's beard now.
Did you see how shaggy Tom Young looks, by the way?
Yes, Tom Young looks shaggy. He's a shaggy Aggie.
Was he an Aggie too?
Whoop. It's all gone.
It's such a pretty color though.
It is. It's gonna be green here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I gotta take a picture of your coolest. The fact that we divided crap and good beer is.
It looks wonderful.
Yep, just a little bit more
I'm
left.
probably with
I
you.
think.
You're a swap aside.
Yeah, maybe have.
That'll fix that. I think Catherine's here. She was bringing her puppy.
I think.
All right, I think we're about done, guys. I don't think it gets better than that right now.
Oh, there's a little bit on the back. Let me get the back. Sorry.
I don't want to look like Jason Andrew with the stuff hanging over my ears.
Yeah, and Emma Stewart says you really need to get around the ears.
Okay.
Some tricky areas. You can clean that up.
All right. Hey, George, maybe now while Katie is still finishing cleaning up, why don't we have the Cary team line up here to get ready to shave? And if you're not, listen, this is really important. If you're not on the Cary team, please reach down in your Zoom application and stop your video. Just pause your video. I think it's called stop video. You can stop that, and then we'll highlight the Cary team now for their shave. Thanks, everyone.
That my cue to go. Katie, it's so humbling.
Yeah.
You started your goal at 5,000 and you're already almost at 10,000 raised. It's amazing. Like, so proud to work with you and just incredibly inspired. So thank you for kicking it off, everybody. From Cary, I'm beyond excited. I've got my whole family here, so I've gone green and the girls have gone green and my husband's gonna shave. But as a group, we've got almost 25,000 raised, which was our goal. So we're really close to it, which it may have changed since this has started, but just beyond proud of everybody that has signed up. We have 16 people that volunteered, or actually 20 people, excuse me. 8 are returning from last year. So beyond proud of everybody that signed up to do this again. And then we have 8 new people coming from that are like new to BMC, and they just all jumped right in, and just so neat to see people that are like willing to just say, hey, yeah, have my hair, or I want to go green. And I can't thank you guys enough for doing that. And I know that George had mentioned Dave Wright earlier too. So Dave is in the local area and the place that he used to shake stuff. And so now he jumped in with us, and he's raised almost $8,000, which over the last 10 years, he's raised, his goal was 50,000. So super close there as well. So Dave, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. Look, check out that beard, guys.
The beard's going too.
There we go.
Oh, wow. All right.
So would love to see, I don't know who else is on here, but he's starting to shave. So I know when I looked earlier, and again, it may have changed, I think Joe Sarabia was leading the pack at a little over $1,000. Joe, where are you?
I'm here. What's up, y'all? Dang, hide that, Houston.
Oh, your computer's not powerful enough to do the green screen thing, man. You keep disappearing.
Oh, there you go. Joe, look at those luscious locks.
Oh yeah, they're coming off.
So you want to tell us a little bit about, this is year 2 for you, right?
Yes, this is my second year doing this. Really glad to be a part of it. Thanks to George and team and everyone else. So I got involved with it last year because my mother-in-law was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer, and it was pretty crushing to all of us. And so I was like, man, I gotta find a way to give back. And so the St. Baldrick Foundation, the idea came about of participating. And so, yeah, I was like, I'm gonna shave my head and participate and just do my part to raise awareness. And also, and now, you know, luckily my mother-in-law is in remission from stage 4 breast cancer. And so I just hope for younger kids, you know, God forbid anything happen to them, like my nieces or nephews, you know, there's a foundation out there for them to help support. That's why I got it.
Great to hear about your mother-in-law. Hey, Dave, because I see you, you want to tell us how you got started? You hear me, Dave?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got started 10 years ago. One of the kids that I coached in a local hockey league in North Carolina was 11 years old, and he'd been doing it for a few years. I had thought about it for a couple of years, but I had never got the guts up to do it. I just thought if this 11-year-old kid can do it and fundraise and shave his head, there's no reason why I can't. So 10 years later, I'm over 50,000 now, and 8,700 for the year. So thanks for having me in your event. I appreciate it.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us. Can't wait to see that beard come off.
I can't either.
Me neither.
My wife said she can't either.
So I was pinging Alex and Matt Crowder that you guys were about $10 apart. I'm not sure where we're at as of now, but would love to hear from the two of you as well.
Hey, I think I scored it out with I believe I'm at 900 now. It's good getting into this with the competition with Matt because we kind of neck and neck tried to outdo each other. I think I pulled it off. I said whoever donated the most, I dyed my hair whatever color they'd like, and I think it turned out all right-ish in a sort of silver fox kind of way. And I'm just happy to be here, happy to kind of raise money for a great cause.
That's awesome. Thanks.
You want to start?
Yeah, let's.
All right.
I don't remember Alex being so great.
Yeah, we'll start too.
All right, looks like we're gonna start as well.
Yeah, let's get in.
Oh my gosh, right up the middle, the runway. Hey, here's what I love about this team. I've had a fantastic opportunity to spend time with the Cary team, and last year when George and I put it out there, Katie Riccobono stepped up and said, "Yeah, I'd like to do this." And not only did she volunteer to fundraise and be a part of it, she and said, "I'm gonna leverage this fantastic culture that we have down here in Cary, and I'm gonna organize my own event." And you know, it's apparent how successful because you were the one year and with the team. Honoree that you and Kelly have built down there, and you know, just doing good and good has been amazing. Thank you for me and George to come down and spend time with you all, For everyone from Cary who did anything to participate in this, thank you. Keep up the good work, and we will beat you next year, I promise.
Yeah, I love the competition. Thank you guys. Oh, there you go, Matt. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got started with St. Baldrick's last year thanks to Dave and George. They came into the office and they're like, we're here to really raise some awareness about childhood cancer research. I'm like, okay, cool. What are you guys doing? Shaving your heads. Are you in? And I was like, without a second thought, absolutely. That sounds awesome. I would love to take part in shaving my head and just donating whatever I can. I'm a little bit sad Alex beat me. You know, he had a very good plan. He looked like Danny Phantom beforehand, but I'm coming for you next year, buddy. And, you know, just happy to be here. So without further ado, my lovely girlfriend, Julia, is going to be taking it down the middle.
Right down the middle. Oh, leave it like that. Leave it just like that.
Let's hear from somebody that went green.
Wow, that was the
Hey, Katie, Greg Mariano is also shaving, and he's shaving his own head, which he should get extra credit. Go to page 2. Greg is there like if he's going to shave a big old fat NY on the side to counter Joe's horrible Houston logo.
No way.
Look at Greg just going at it, guys.
Wow. He's done this before.
Looking good, Mariano.
Greg, you're awesome.
Greg, you're off mute, man. Say something. Say something to your fans. You can't even hear a thing if the clip is so loud. Hey, Matt, by the way, while Alex is sitting here thinking, while Alex is sitting here thinking that he won, contributions go on all year long, dude. So while he's kicking back thinking he beat you, go ahead and put out one more email, one more, Facebook post, and by tonight you'll be on top.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Fat chance.
Can't let Mr. Ross take the lead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, I love the half-beard look.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So I
Gotta
saw
put the dog in.
Well, it should be cool if it, wow, look at that rat nest. Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome. Hey, who else is going green? I saw Reagan, I think, and then Emily. It looked like you had a banner out too, right?
Okay, my head.
And this is your first year for both of you?
All the way.
On the side.
Oh, wow.
Turn the other.
Dude, Reagan's got a full-on professional salon going on there.
We'll see how it
Oh my gosh, you're braver than I
I had
am.
long hair on one side and buzzed on the other, and same thing, half beard. So I went as a half man, half woman.
Oh, you did? Yeah,
I had a skirt on half and pants on the other half.
We'll fix that later.
Crowder's done, and Sarabia's like half done. What's going on?
I'm half done. We're getting there.
It's a lot of hair.
It's a lot of hair.
Like flock of seagulls. Woo! Look at Katie Tierney, she's all green. Wow. That's awesome. Hey, Katie Kelly, is there anyone that we missed from to call out? Anyone who wants to jump in from Cary? We have 3
Did you already
pages of
call out
paper.
Bailey? Bailey's got a green headband.
Turn facing.
Bree's got a cool green background.
Yeah. Hey, Bailey. This is so. How did it feel? You jumped in. And you said, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." How did it feel? Tell us about why you did it.
Well, I feel pretty good about it. I mean, obviously, and I think everyone has their own personal experiences with cancer in different ways and different forms. I tried the green chalk and my hair just would not do it. So I was like, headband, thinking. And then I created a background. It's just a blanket. So I tried to get creative with it. But I mean, one, I think the biggest things is, as a community, you always run into people that, are facing this hardship. And I think the last 3 years, my brother shaved his head for some friends of ours, and he was just so diligent about it. He's doing it this year, and I was just like, why not step in? And obviously with Katie and BMC, y'all are just so quick to make you feel very included and spread the word. So, I mean, that makes a huge difference. So it's just really exciting just to be able to reach everyone and see the support, on all sides.
Fantastic, Bailey. Thank you. This is your first year, right? You crushed it.
Yes, thank you.
Gotta up your goal next year now, right? Good job.
Oh, I know.
Thank you.
I was like, you know what? I can do better next year. It's a competition at this point. Serious.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. And Megan's still smiling after I messed with her, huh?
Where is it?
Megan's second year, which is great. One more year, you're a Squire of Hope, Megan.
Oh yeah, it's great. And the green chalk worked a little bit for me because I've got blonde in my hair, but it wasn't the greatest. So wig, or maybe next year I'll shave my head.
We gotcha. I heard it here. It's being recorded. Awesome. Good work, Megan. Thank you. And Greg, you probably couldn't hear us, man. We were cheering and talking. Headset was off while you were shaving.
Oh yeah, my first year, I'm excited to be here and helping out. I guess I got a little overexcited. I jumped the gun and just went for it. So I didn't hear you guys talking to me, but yeah.
It looks awesome, Greg. Kelly said you were going to shave the Yankees logo on the side of your head.
I wish I was artistic enough to try that.
I mean, I'll clean it up.
Hey, Mrs. Riccobono, does Mr. Riccobono want to say anything to the team?
I went right down the middle.
I love my wife. I love my wife.
Happy wife, happy life, right? You girls are doing a great job, Riccobonos.
I think they're having too much fun.
How do you take the background?
Kelly?
Good, Joe. Thank you, guys. I'm so proud of Cary. Is anybody else? Did we miss anybody that wants to talk?
All right, fantastic.
Thanks, guys. That's awesome.
Such great work, Cary. Thank you. You guys all look great.
Nick, thanks everybody. Appreciate you guys putting this on. This is awesome.
Our pleasure.
Thanks,
Maybe
guys.
next year, since I'm the only one in marketing that's doing this, maybe next year we can get the marketing team on board.
Everyone.
Yes.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right.
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thanks, Cary. Stay on. But Cary, if you would mind, just turning your cameras off. The next team up is going to be there's two teams we've merged together, US and EMEA. EMEA led by Morgan Weltner here. So if you're not in the US strategic team or in EMEA, if you could just turn your cameras off so we can shift everyone else who's on deck up to the front, that would be awesome. What's up? You guys want
It's
to
my kid screaming in the background, I think.
Are you on?
Hey, so listen, so George, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, let's go. I actually am very excited for this. We're all about to shave. Morgan, why don't you tell us why you and the EMEA team jumped in a little bit? Got to unmute yourself. And kids in the background are okay. I got a couple around me right now too.
Yeah, he was just screaming, so we had to pull him outside over here. Hey, everybody. So yeah, I mean, I'm representing EMEA by my accent. You might not quite understand that I'm actually an American, transplanted here about 1.5 years ago. So I had been working or had the opportunity to get involved with this anyway via George and Dave, during my US days with BMC. And, having relocated now, I wanted to actually be able to shave and raise funds myself for the first time. While I had donated and had the opportunity to represent BMC at the NASDAQ opening bell and things like that, I was always out of town during the shave events. So this year, not only did I want to be able to shave myself, but I wanted to use this opportunity to get some camaraderie going with all of my, new, in essence, local colleagues across EMEA. So, there's a few of us here, Raul, Attila, and Rob, that are joining us. I'm super excited that we've kind of brought this whole team together and raised, I think, just over $8,500 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Putting us in, thank you. Putting us in third place, which I was having some fun with, telling everybody in EMEA that we can't let these US Central guys beat us in the end here. We're a multi-country region geo, So anyway, I'm doing this just because obviously it's a great cause. The call to action to expand this globally is such an awesome thing. Having a child this year, you just saw my son Miles, 9 months old, brings something a little bit more special to the whole thing of helping kids, And yeah, I needed a haircut as well, having not had a haircut since I think end of February before the whole lockdown. So it was a trifecta. Everything really works out well. Really excited to be actually shaving this year and having had the opportunity to bring a global perspective to this. So thanks, George. Thanks, everybody. That's all I have to say. I don't know if I should call out the other EMEA guys now, or you roll it back to you, or start shaving, or what? You tell me.
Well, yeah, so let's start shaving and then we'll start talking to people. It takes a while to shave. So if everybody's got clippers, let's start getting them out and going.
All right. So Raul and Attila.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
My hair's never been this long, even though it's almost gone anyway. So, yeah, go for it. You can do the front.
All right,
And
good. We're gonna start too, and awesome.
Yeah.
And I see Trevor over there. Trevor, while we're shaving, give us a little your hair.
And
I've never seen longer in my life.
I want to call something out that Raul was almost going to let me, the American transplant, lead the EMEA team in the donations, but this guy crushed it, raising like $1,000 more than I did. Raul, I don't know if you want to say a couple of words as well.
Yeah, well, I will try, right, because it's something happening up there. But so I'm also representing EMEA. In my accent, I think that is more aligned with this side of the world, right? So I started to, some Baldrick is not as known in this side of the world as is in America. Yeah. So I think I knew about this from George back 2 years or 3 years ago when we started to work together. I started to contribute, but this year under the leadership of the Captain Morgan, he did a great job to convince me. I'm highly competitive, right? So I started to realize that I could scale and put Spain back in this map of contribution. So I'm super pleased to be part of this, and well, it's getting worse. I'm super pleased to be part of this and contribute, and also represent the BMC EMEA team. And I will repeat next year without any doubt. So back to you, Captain.
Thank you, brother, hermano, mi hermano del otro madre. And then, of course, we've got Rob Rosendale right next to him, wearing the green hair there with his son, grandkid right there. Yeah, Rob. How are you? I think you're on mute, Rob. Can you unmute yourself to say something? Don't drop the kid.
No, we don't drop. Hey, say hello to the crowd.
Oh, you're both wearing green.
Benjamin, say hi.
Hi, Benjamin. Oh, that's looking great, man. So excited Rob joined us as well for this.
All right.
It's a pleasure, guys.
And Attila Honor as well, but you guys probably want to also pass back to all of you, many US guys out there. Peace. Thank you so much, George.
Great, thanks. Hey, Morgan and everybody over in EMEA, thank you so much. Trevor O'Brien, are you ready
to be part of it, guys?
Trevor, I think you're on mute, buddy.
We're locked up on here.
All right, Tom Young. Tom, where are you?
I'm right here, man. Where are you?
There are you. I see you now.
All right. Hey, first, George, Tobias, thank you guys for putting this together. It was awesome. We jumped in a little late just a couple weeks ago, but it's been phenomenal. You can probably tell somebody got a little anxious here and they started chasing me with the clippers and I lost the race. So we're about mid-shave. Somebody caught my chin, so I'm not sure what happened to the rest of that goatee. But I think my wife is thrilled that's gone. She's waiting for the rest of it to leave. But it's been a lot of fun being a part of this process. Real life background noise. Perfect timing. So we've had a few folks in the Central jump up, and it's been fun to be a part of the competition raising funds. So big shout out to Shu, to Sisson, to Grant, for jumping in this thing with us. I think we're able to raise just over $8,000 in a couple of weeks. So let's get this party started. We'll finish shaving. And if you guys want to ask some questions or call out Grant, I've got some glare, so I can't see who's out there. Grant, Shu, Sisson, you guys out there? Oh, Grant's in the chair. He's ready to roll.
Yeah. We're done. What's taking you so long, Tom?
Well, let's do it then. All right. I'll kick it over to you, David or George, if you guys want to kind of MC. We'll finish this thing up.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Grant, I see you out there. How's it going, man? That was green.
Good. Shaving the green hair.
That looks awesome. Thanks for joining. Awesome, great. Craig, I see you out there too. Yours came out very nice and clean.
Yeah, they worked hard at it. It looks good, didn't it? They still say there's a little to clean up back here, but feels good.
That's good work right there. Then I see Andy's out there.
Ja. Richtig bold. I go bro.
Out here. Looks
Andy,
good,
your
Andy.
name is showing up as
What about the
Mark
mustache?
No, that's gonna stay.
All right.
I will double the donation if you guys let me take my daughter's hair off.
Leo finns också med på bilden.
I might need some new clippers.
I think so. Mine are having a little struggle too. Then Trevor, you're out there. Who's shaving your head, Trevor? Trevor's on mute.
You do
it? Hang on, baby.
George, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Who's shaving your head?
Oh, that's my son.
He's kind of
bad internet connection, so I hear every other word you said, but I can see it. You look great, Tobias.
No, not your
Thanks, man.
But actually, Jody looks better.
Thank you.
Oh, look at Attila down there, man. I see Attila.
Hey.
Looking good, brother.
My beautiful hair.
Yeah, I don't think you can see it.
Attila, your beard looks longer than it did 2 days ago.
I have to compensate.
Trevor, I had never seen your hair that long, ever. I didn't even know you could grow it like that. It was beautiful. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. Feels strange.
Wow. Man, you are not gentle. I don't have any bald spots. What are you talking about, man? You see how much hair I have?
For some reason.
We'll do it later. Yeah, I hear you. From EMEA.
What was that?
Where's our Rahul, guys? You left the farm?
Yeah.
I see Raul still here and Attila's there.
Wait, Raul already shaved?
Yeah.
I'm done. That was a piece of cake.
I've been telling Ia this whole time that now she can actually see what I will look like bald, which isn't too far off the horizon, you know?
You look fantastic.
I like it.
Low maintenance.
Yeah. Like I said, my hair hadn't been as long as it was for quite some time.
Agreed. So Dave, what do you think? Are we wrapping up here?
Yeah, I think we should. We can move on to LATAM now. We've got like 1,000 people on the Zoom here from LATAM.
Yeah, LATAM.
LATAM.
Yeah, so,
loud
hey.
and proud. Let's hear it when we get
baby.
there. En
Hey,
la
listen, if
casa.
LATAM.
If you are not from LATAM, turn your video off now so we can highlight folks from LATAM. Eduardo has the biggest smile on Zoom right now. Eddie, he is loud, and I'm sure you guys are going to be loud here. So I'll go ahead and I'll turn it over to Eduardo to kick things off. I just want to say this: we global.
Du har champinjoner. Vem vill ha champinjoner?
At SCO this year, we plan to bring this thing global. And so Pato had jumped in. I've reached out to him. Pato he reached out to Eduardo and said,
Moeten we binnen gaan zitten?
Inte än för mig.
Somebody needs to go mute, guys.
Hang on, guys. Hey guys, if you guys hang on. These guys were so excited to do this. They didn't even care what was being. We had like 4 people who jumped in and just shaved their head because Eduardo and Pato put an email out. They didn't even know that fundraising was even a part of this. They wanted to support the effort. They wanted to support Eduardo and Pato. They wanted to support BMC. They went out the next day and they just shaved their heads. How crazy is that? Right? So you guys took off. You guys raised a ton of money. And Eduardo and Pato, I want to personally thank you for leading from the front on that. I'm going to turn it over to you now. to take your team into this.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. I mean, I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic response from the team. When Aveline approached Pato and I to get this done and put a challenge out there, we came up with the idea, said, well, you know, we're going to say it's the first time for us participating. We didn't know what to expect. So we said, hey, we're gonna put together a goal of $5,000. So I said, if we hit the $5,000, I'm gonna go ahead and shave. So lo and behold, not only we get to the 5,000, we actually got to $6,500, so $6,500. Thank you so much for all the people that help us reach that goal. I guess they do want to see me with no hair. They want first for my wife to do a mohawk, and then after that, I'll take the rest off. But yeah, she's getting ready. She wants to do this badly. She's having fun. So thank you so much, guys. Pato, go ahead. Few words before my wife starts having fun with my head.
Sounds great. So yeah, it was overwhelming. I mean, it was first Av just out of nowhere asking me, hey, are you shaving your head? I was like, what are you talking about? I was not involved into St. Baldrick. So she told me about it. Then Dave and George told me a little bit more. I pitched this to Eduardo, and then we talked to the region, and it was overwhelming. Everybody joined somehow. So with a very short notice, we actually got to some decent donations. So it's a great thing to do all together.
All right,
Thanks,
awesome.
Pato.
Well,
Love it.
I guess it's that time for all of the ones that are shaving, all of us. So let's get started with this. And while we get this done, we'd really like to hear from some of the other people that did a great job at raising. Andy was one of our top people raising money. So please, Andy, you know, share your thoughts on why you're doing all this crazy things.
Thanks, Eduardo. Well, it is really amazing how all the people is supporting this great cause. For me, it's a very good way to have an eye in a different way, not always focusing on the job, on us. So it's good to be in top of this. And I started raising money, and it is amazing how people are supporting this great cause. So I'm really glad. Thank you for all the people that he's really ready to start. So it's good to have all the people see all the teammates here in BMC doing this. So thank you very much for all the supporters, and let's go ahead. Come on.
Hi, awesome, Andy. Thank you so much. Another one that really helped us get to our goal was Gregorio on the NOLA team. So Gregorio, if you're on board, just go ahead, share with us what great things you guys did over there in NOLA. See Gregorio there?
Nossa, mano. Vamos, Greg. This okay so far?
Oh, nice job, Pato.
Hey, working.
Oh, that's enough.
Tá vendo, mãe?
Mucho calor.
Para! Não, mãe, comeu muita coisa. Não,
Adelante. No, acá. No, este lado.
All right, so let's see who else. Another person that another team that got some really good results. You know, getting some donations was Brazil. So Brazil, Marcia, nice looking with that green hair. You should go to customers like that.
Sente, how are you doing?
Hey
everyone. Monty, you just don't run out of battery at that point, dude. That's gonna look Antonio Monty. David. Who else? Lucas.
So somebody's having fun here in my house with my mohawk. So
I love it. You got hot dough as well. Are you going to keep it like that? Or are you going to go all the way?
I'm gonna keep.
we're going all the way.
No, Hugo, you need to shave all.
I'm gonna keep this for a couple of days. That's what that was my promise to some of the donations I got. So
Love it.
I have to stick with it.
It looks good, man.
I wouldn't go that far.
That
but
looks good, Vicente.
I didn't say it looks great.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Luciano Brasil looking good. Andy.
Hey, David.
I was feeling anxious about Andy's donations because it was at zero for many days, and in the last 3 days he got like I don't know how much, 1,500 in 3 days.
Yeah,
that was more. A lot of supporting people from my SRO team. So thank you all of you. Very proud of this great team.
That was his strategy.
And best practices. Thanks, David. Thanks, Rob. Celso. Really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you.
David Salichiker is having Gabriel Silva. Somebody needs to help Gabriel Silva. He's in trouble.
He's having a hard time, man. I think we should leave it like that.
He needs to help.
A lot of people out of BMC.
Ai, meu Deus do céu.
Yes, way too much.
Monty's looking good.
Page 2 is filled with green hair. Oh my goodness.
For me,
Go
the
to
best
page
thing
2
is
on
this.
the
I
Zoom.
can
Look
wear
at
my
this.
glasses, so I have no idea.
Holy cow, I love this. I'm taking a screenshot.
Oh, you don't want to say
Okay.
Monty, do you feel your head cold? Are you feeling okay?
My daughters are very happy. That I can assure.
Oh my gosh, page 3 is filled with green hair too. Look at this.
Dale, termíname acá.
There we go.
Done.
Looking good, Eduardo. That looks good.
Essa é a Márcia.
Luciano. Hey.
Tá lindo.
Hey, I want to thank Solandino also for all your help just coordinating and communicating. Now, we couldn't have done that without you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sol.
Thank you so much for letting us be part of this great event. So, thanks for the whole team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
Vamos.
You look good.
You guys are representing, man.
And nice job, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you, Eduardo.
Looks good.
You are looking good too.
Oh, something for SCO next year, guys. All gold, all green.
Vamos, Andy. That's a nice mohawk, man.
Vamos, Argentina.
So, someone just mentioned.
Vamos la patria.
Oh, that's nice, Luca.
You got more hair, but
Great shave, man.
Yes.
Gregorio. Yeah, Gregorio's there. He's on mute. Get that thing out of mute, Gregorio.
Where's he at?
It's right there.
You're asking too much. He can't operate clippers and do mute at the same time.
He has a very sad
Eduardo,
face.
that is a great look on you. It's fantastic.
What do you think about my hair? Should I keep this?
Tato, I am not surprised at all. This is what you decided to do. It looks amazing and it suits you perfectly. Oh, you guys are awesome.
This is fantastic. So,
Look at this.
someone just a moment ago had mentioned SCO next year in Vegas. So I think that's a great lead into back to George Ballantoni, who can help us close out this absolutely amazing event. And we'll do that. Unless anyone's got one last thing they want to say here from LATAM, I think we can turn it back to George to help close us out.
Hey, Dave, thank you.
I mean, I just want to say thanks again to all the people that supported this great cause. And we're just going to do even better next year at SCO. It's going to be a fun event. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Eduardo. Yes, definitely.
Thanks,
We
Pato.
agree.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We agree. SCO will be better. And well, it'll be not better. This was wonderful as it is. We'll actually have a cleanup barber. I know I'm going to need one there at SCO. But I want to thank everybody. So if everybody wants to turn their cameras on and put your mics on, it's a big round of applause for everybody here. Everybody.
You guys are awesome.
I mean, this is it. Culture at its best. Thank you, everybody. Amazing way to come in. So, Av, what's the number? We've all been shaving for an hour. Give me some numbers.
Yeah, we are at, let me refresh. We're at 75,748. Amazing job, guys. You guys over the line.
Over the goal. Way to go. Everybody should be super proud of themselves.
Super proud.
Congratulations. Think of what you've done to help St. Baldrick. St. Baldrick's helping all the children out there. Amazing work. Thank you, Katie. Thank you to Eduardo, Pato, Morgan, Raul, Trevor again, Jeff Hardy, Kelly, Katie, everybody who leaned in. And Ab, of course, you and Shahed and Dave Tobias every other day after calls, after work, thinking things out. Couldn't have done this without you guys. And to St. Baldrick's to putting this on for us and helping us with all this. Thank you, everybody. And I say, looking forward to next year. Have a great one.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for having us be a part of it. Thanks for your leadership, George. Thanks, Dave. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
Everybody enjoy their new haircuts.
George,
Well
well done, fellas. Well done.
Kathleen,